Gets in the last line of defense for Krispy Kremer.
Oh, Carmen gets him, destroyed Krispy Kremer, and Kremer's head bounced off the track.
The back of her head, to be quite specific. Knocked her back.
Oh my God! That was
Giles really bounced the head on that. Okay.
bit of a bounce. Fortunately, I think most of her body had hit the floor before her head hit the floor.
Welcome to the last and third day of the 2019 JRDA Champs. I'm Ruby Ruffentumble.
And I'm Tool Time.
And we are here calling the SODAK Attack Raleigh game. This will be the 9th, 10th placing game of this tournament. It has been so amazing. Action. Amazing derby played by these young skaters.
Absolutely. This tournament has had a lot of tight games, a lot of upsets.
Absolutely.
SODAK and Raleigh have had a good weekend so far. And so it's going to be an interesting game to see who comes out on top on this one.
Totally agreed. And we've seen already this morning 2 very close games in the female division. So I'm excited to see what happens with open division.
Absolutely. And Raleigh and SODAK Attack going through their gear check now.
We've had some great officials making sure all of these skaters stay safe. We've had great medic staff, parents, volunteers.
Absolutely.
And, of course, the skaters themselves and announcers, you know, like us.
Yeah, but we're sitting comfortably, you know. Got my nice tea here ready to go. But the skaters and the refs, they've been doing laps all day.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And with the floor conditions being what they are, it's, a couple of them have had an issue, but definitely maximum effort on Team Zebra's part this weekend.
Absolutely, and we so appreciate them and hope that more people see this and say, hey, I want to get involved and learn the rules and decide to volunteer at their local league.
But what if I can't find my local league or with the rule sets? Where can I find such a thing?
You can go to WFTDA.com and check out the rules on their website.
And you can also find leagues that are registered in your area.
Absolutely, you can. Do it. Do the things, derby people and parents and kids and all the things.
All the things.
All right.
All right, skaters are taking the track now. Looks like Red Fox is taking the line for SODAK Attack.
So for Raleigh Junior Rollers, we have 05 Shortcut, 112 Yeti, 138 Hankenweenie, 145 Sir Walter Raleigh, I love that name, 151 Fina Colada, number 222 Assassinate Her, number 29 Elsbells, 3 Animaniac, 676 Squishy, 72 Kill Herbie, 777 Lightning Lauren, 8008 Ruby Cataby, and 934 Throat Punch Thursday.
That is the most hardcore name I've ever heard for a junior.
I agree.
For SODAK Attack, number 12, we have Emma C. Hammer, 128 Mo Wicked, 13 Cherry Berry, 17 Happy Gilmore, 18 Hot Tamale, 2 Mono Loco, 200 Adrenaline, 21 Jewel Blackheart, 210 Squidinator, number 3 Babe Ruthless, 58 Apex Predator, number 6 Red Fox, 77 Interrogator, 86 Death Ray, and 975 Hermione Danger.
So both packs at full strength. Ruby hit to the inside, yields to the blocker, drawing them out. Looks like a blue blocker going to the box. Red Fox lead jam.
And a power jam at that is Raleigh's jammer goes to the penalty box.
Ooh, big jump, picking up 4 points. Running to the outside. Red Fox tries to get out there, but not before number 145, Sir Walter Raleigh, recycles Red Fox to the back of the pack. Raleigh again at full strength.
Jammer standing in back, engaging in the pack.
Ruby is out through her initial pass.
Red Fox about to engage, slows it down. Gets in to call it, puts 2 on the board.
So that'll be 10 for SODAK Attack and 0 for Raleigh.
Nice opening jam for SODAK. Mona Loco on the line for SODAK Attack.
And it looks like lead jam status goes to Raleigh, who is Throat Punch Thursday. A little bit of a upset on the outside, but folks are finding their way back to each other. Mona Loco still caught in the back of the pack, does barely get through. Not before Throat Punch Thursday is able to pick up more points for a total of 8 points for this jam, narrowing the lead by 2 points, 8-10 SODAK Attack.
Excellent jam on that one.
Both packs at full strength, 4-4. All right, we have Ruby again jamming for Raleigh. Gets called for a penalty.
Happy Kilmore on the line for SODAK Attack.
Still caught up in the back of that pack, trying to use her blockers, skating to the outside. Does find a hole, hit to the inside, but still able to. Raleigh recycling around her despite her being lead and trying to get her from gaining any more track space. No pack called, they let her go, and she is through for her initial.
And the jammer standing in, release from the penalty box.
Sir Walter Raleigh does go to the box for a penalty. A big hit by Fina Colada, who recycles back Happy Kilmore. Ruby is working her way for a initial pass on a full 4-wall SODAK blockers.
Finds a hole on the inside.
Happy Kilmore stuck in the back of the pack. There's still a 4-3 pack advantage, and Happy Kilmore calls jam.
Puts 4 points on the board for that pass.
14-8 to SODAK Attack.
And both teams starting off at full strength on this one.
All right, we are seeing, is that Mona Loco out again? Some beautiful blocking by the by both teams, really. SODAK Attack providing some offense, heading back to help against Raleigh Jammer. Looks like, oh, I apologize, that was the wrong blocker name, or excuse me, jammer name. 975 Hermione Danger. for white SODAK attack. No pack is called. Raleigh does bridge out to repair that pack.
Yeti for Raleigh, 112. Trying to get something happening. Powers through, gets your initial pass.
Mighty Danger arriving in the back of the pack to score points.
Skates by a couple, gets a couple of points. 2 on the board for SODAK. Holding Raleigh at 8. SODAK 16.
Four, 3 pack advantage to Raleigh. Mono Loco up for SODAK attack.
Throat Punch Thursday on the line for Raleigh.
Throat Punch Thursday does get a trap cut.
Hot tamale for SODAK going to the penalty box.
Mono Loco finding some love on the outside and gets through, picking up lead jam status.
SODAK down 2 blockers to Raleigh's 3. Excellent block on the outside, a turn 2 in the recycle on 222 Assassinator. Team captain for Raleigh and one of the skaters that's aging up this season.
All right, and jammer for Raleigh is through the initial. Mono Loco calls it off after picking up 4.
Red Fox taking the line for SODAK attack.
This is still anyone's game. So 22 minutes left in this half. 20-8. A lot of derby left to play.
Yeah, I feel like Raleigh's just getting a feel for how SODAK attack plays.
Agreed. They need to some track cuts here. It's tricky getting around. They have some really great footwork. We just like to see them capitalize on that. Red Fox is around for lead jam status.
That's the third jammer penalty for SODAK, isn't it?
I believe so.
Okay. And a couple of the games we've seen, jammer penalties have led to like leads, but I feel like Raleigh will be able to catch this up once they start playing their own game.
Yes, absolutely. I really hope when they settle into their gameplay, they're able to make this happen for them. Red Fox through for another scoring pass on the outside, working Raleigh blockers, skating against them, trying to lock him down.
Oh, and he's in the sad place.
Yes, he was. For a brief period, sneaks on the outside and picks up his points. There is a helmet cover pass to number 8008,
Ruby
Katubi. I met her, and she is a super nice kid. All these kids, man, I've seen them playing really aggressive derby, and so many of them have such great attitudes. I just love, love, love interacting with these skaters.
Absolutely. It's always fun working with the junior roller derby. Later on in the day when we have Santa Cruz going up against Los Anarchists, it made me super happy because we were talking earlier about roller derby communities.
Yeah.
All of the Santa Cruz parents remembered me from the last 2 championships.
Great. Wonderful.
And one of them gave me a cough drop because for the last game of Santa Cruz, there's one guy who's like their hype man.
Yeah, yeah.
And the first day, the first tournament in 2017 here was his throat was really sore, so I presented him all the cough drops that I had on me so he could he and the parents could support their team.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, like you come in, you don't see each other outside of tournaments, but you just kind of have a rapport with people, and that's I think that's one of the things that keeps people involved in the roller derby, even if they're not skaters or officials.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that this is such a special event. These kids have worked hard all season, so it's so memorable. And so when you see those situations where you have these memorable experiences, that sticks out in your mind. These kids remember it, parents remember it. This is awesome. It's good stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, we're done with the timeout. Shortcut for Raleigh going against Hot Tamale.
And this is Hot Tamale's first appearance as a jammer.
Shortcut with your lead jam, though. The first one Raleigh's had in a minute, if I remember right.
First time they've had lead status all game.
Oh, okay.
A big roll, barrel roll, if you will.
Yeah.
Around on the floor there.
And Raleigh shutting down SODAK, 4 points, 12-36.
This is the first time they have scored in 4 jams.
It never ceases to amaze how different a game can be, with how much a difference a timeout can make.
Yeah, it really can disrupt the flow of traffic.
Absolutely. That's a good way of describing it too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just get gunked up and you just have to take a moment to woosah, as it were.
Yeah. So Mono Loco using some real good jammer smarts there, saying, hey, I'm going to recycle back just in case. Don't want to be called for a track cut. Is able to get through for lead jam status. 9:34. Throat Punch Thursday is Raleigh jammer and is working on getting through, recycled by SODAK Attack, but is able to get through on the outside. Mono Loco now on their scoring pass.
Some excellent blocking on both sides. Red Fox taking the line for SODAK.
And it looks like Ruby?
It looks like Ruby Katubi. I saw some 8s.
All right, there is a 4-2 pack advantage for Raleigh. Whistle is blown. Ruby is making sure to cover that outside line so Red Fox isn't able to get right through. Ruby through for lead jam status.
But SODAK sending another blocker to the penalty box, being returned because they didn't have an open space, so SODAK still in trouble with their blocker situation.
All right, and Ruby does pick up 3 points and 0 for Red Fox. 15:39, 17 minutes left to play in this half.
And Adrenaline, team captain, one of the aging out skaters for SODAK, the one-person army out there right now.
And Throat Punch Thursday gets through for lead jam status on Raleigh.
Forearm called on Raleigh skater. Excellent recycle by Raleigh.
2-wall holding her up, and great work by Raleigh jammers trying to, hey, I'm going to give some support to my jammer as they come through, but then also be mindful and watchful, making sure to block against the jammer. Throat Punch Thursday picks up 4 points for 19 for Raleigh. They're chipping away at the SODAK lead.
Squidnator or Squid Vicious taking the line for SODAK. Raleigh jammer tries to find a hole on the outside, gets stopped in the tracks.
Squid Vicious gets through before and picks up lead jam.
Raleigh Jammer right on her heels, though.
Ooh, a hop, skip, and a jump on the inside line by Ruby. Looks like she did pick up some points. We'll see if SODAK Attack Jammer calls the jam. And they don't. They're working on getting some points. Ruby also working and picking up some points. SODAK Attack Jammer recycled back. Whole bunch of falling in the middle there. Ruby recycled from the inside out. SODAK Attack Jammer is recycled again, a second or third time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right off of turn 3. This will be the 5th recycle that I've seen on both jammers.
All the recycling.
Well, we are in Colorado, so you know they're big into recycling.
I know, right? They're
And composting.
Man, that's so good. All the composting. All right, 4 apiece, 23-43. 20-point difference. This is still anyone's game. All right, both teams at full pack strength. We've seen quite a few penalties.
We have, but not any like big malicious penalties. Like just mostly like forearms and track cuts, from what I've seen.
All right, and Happy Kilmore maintaining her position using those outside edges. Gets through, does not have lead status because of a no pass, no penalty. So she will not gain lead status. However, if Jammer 112 Yeti gets through, he can get lead jammer status as long as he does not remove the helmet cover. Some well-timed offense from Animaniac helps Yeti break through. Ooh, recycled to the outside and recycled back.
An excellent recycle by Babe Ruthless, but Babe Ruthless being sent to the penalty box along with a Raleigh blocker. Lead jam given to Raleigh, courtesy of Yeti.
And Happy Kilmore still working through and picks up some points. Those Raleigh blockers are doing a wonderful job of recycling.
Absolutely.
Over and over. Great work there. Yeti working now on their first scoring pass. And calls it off. 4 points picked up by SODAK.
3 points picked up by Raleigh. Red Fox taking the line for SODAK. SODAK down 2 blockers, Raleigh down 1. Raleigh's jammer taking a big leap in the back. It looks like throat punch.
This is Red Fox's 4th appearance and some beautiful work on the inside using those toe stops, doing a great job. Gets lead status, throat punch Thursday now through on the initial. Scoring pass now for Red Fox.
Oh, again
turn.
With the tippy toes. Excellent footwork by Red Fox on those lines.
Under 12 minutes of the period, 51-26 in favor of the SODAK Attack. 9th place game. SODAK Attack, Sioux Falls, carrying number 10 seed.
All right, Mono Loco up for SODAK Attack against Ruby. And Ruby is actually her real name. Talked to her mom, and her mom said, yeah, my kid's name is actually Ruby. And my name is Ruby, and so she's like, she had asked me, is that your real name? And I said, that's my derby name. Like, okay.
Well, I do like the name Ruby Tubi. There's another one who's Julia Gulia.
Ooh, I love that.
I love that
name.
name.
That's a rad Mean Girls reference. Ruby out for lead jammer status. And I did say the wrong jammer. I apologize for our SODAK fans. That is Hermione Danger. This is Hermione's second appearance.
Raleigh
as
with the
jammer.
big hit. Sorry, the
No, that's fine.
big hit to the head on Raleigh blocker as medics are called in. Getting up on her own steam, but still needing to be checked out by the medics before she can return to gameplay.
We've had some incredible medics this game. This game and all of our games, I've been really impressed by the staff here. They work well with the kids. They're mindful of the kids and their needs. Just really doing a good job all the way around.
Absolutely. The rapport they've had has been really great because if they're having a moment after an injury, you don't want someone who's going to be like, calm down.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
There's one particular, he'll walk with purpose, but he doesn't run, so that kind of de-escalates the situation. And then when he sees them based on the severity, he'll be like, so how are we doing today?
Yeah,
Just kind of break that up. But still a great game with just under 11 minutes left. 29 Raleigh, 51 SODAK. Going to be interested to see how the second half plays because right now SODAK has been good about keeping that like 20 or so point lead that they got early on. So the point spread has stayed pretty similar, and we've seen that a lot over this weekend.
Absolutely.
But we have seen it overcome. Mob City and Philly yesterday
Mob City
overcame
came
that.
back from at one point they had a 30 or 40 point deficit, came all the way back, and just barely missed the win by 1 point. Well, I guess 2 points because they'd have to be ahead. You can't tie at champs.
I don't know if I have some ideas for what happens when you tie a champs.
Ooh, it looks like this is a old school. Are we scrumming?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Everyone take a knee, no pack.
That is some old school roller derby strategy. But throw punch Thursday going up against Mono Loco.
Find some space on the outside of the track. I love that name, Throw Punch Thursday. It's a good one.
It's a good one. Like, that's something that you could transition up to adult derby with.
Ooh, that is some high impact to the back of Happy Kilmore.
Going to the box for a back block. Or no, a forearm. Definitely in the sad place on that one.
The sad place is going to be used for multiple terms now. The sad place is the penalty box as well.
Well, the sad place could be what you need it to be, but fortunately we have the Twitch universe to give us some ideas on what the sad place can refer to.
All right, Mono Loco recycled. So there was some bean dip action there on turn 3 by Mono Loco getting through on the outside. Raleigh has just done an exceptional job of recycling. I saw them play before. They have just stepped up their game, and it's been fun to watch them, just noticeable improvements.
And
go ahead.
That's one of the things I like about champs in junior tournaments in general, especially for the ones that haven't been to one or haven't really played outside of their comfort zone. I mean, yes, it is sad when you go to play somewhere and there's the big point spread, but at the same time, that happened to Philly for a good while, and now Philly's in the top 2.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely a learning experience, but what did I miss while I was reminiscing?
So Mono Loco got through on the outside and will be coming through. It looks like Raleigh Jammer has returned. Throat Punch Thursday has returned from the box and does pick up 4 points. Raleigh is calling for an official review. So it'll be 33-51. So as soon as we know what the official review is all about, we will let you know.
33 for Raleigh's Junior Rollers, 51 for the SODAK attack. Clock stopped at 8:53.
Well, while they're discussing that, if there's anyone on Twitch who has a good idea, because I think we should stick with the sad place being trapped in the tripod.
Yes.
Or something, or sad place adjacent. But what's a good term for the penalty box that's appropriate for Junior Derby? I wonder.
That's a great. I would love to hear what people's ideas are for sure. We have it up here, and shout them out, and we will take it to the Twitch.
We will give it to the masses.
The masses. What was that name? Like the duck? Oh, Ducky McDuckface.
Ducky
was something that they named the
clouds. it was a ship for England that they were like a science vessel, and they let the internet pick what the name would be, and they chose Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McBoatface, yes, that's it.
So that they actually, I could only imagine what it was like to stencil that on there, and you're just like, yes, we have the state-of-art science vessel, and what's its name? Bodie McBoatface.
That's what you get for throwing it out to the public.
Yeah, you can definitely go down the rabbit hole when it comes to letting the internet name things.
Absolutely.
But I'm trying to think of a
Here's a good one. Vince Hannity says detention.
Detention. I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
Detention is now what the term we'll use for
the penalty box.
The penalty box.
These kids will be sent to detention.
And if they get the two mark, then they're suspended.
They're suspended? Well, no,
in-school suspension.
Let's
go with that.
Yeah. In-school suspension. I love it.
There we go. Keep it in going here. As always, Vince Sanity.
Yes.
Being one of the big announcers in Florida, a man of many words, but when it comes to the internet, a man of few words. But they really connect. So thank you, Vince.
Yes. Ooh, the ice box. Naughty box. Shame they refused to use the name main boat, though. The fridge. Man, we got some great names. I think we're going to stick with detention at this point, but keep your ideas coming up. We love to hear them.
We can always do a poll.
The timeout corner.
The timeout corner. Ooh, that is a good one.
That's a good one.
Go to the corner.
Go to the corner. So the official review was Raleigh requesting that instead of a forearm penalty, it is changed to a back block. However, it doesn't have, we're not certain if, it doesn't look like that call was changed. They did not retain their official review, so.
With Raleigh with your lead jam, and I'm going to put a pin in the idea of I don't think I've ever recalled having wanting to change the penalty name from one penalty to another. So I'll have to ask you about the thought process on that once this jam's done.
I don't know why they would do that unless they want it to be egregious. That would be the only other thought. I just, not really sure.
We see new stuff all the time. It keeps us. If there's someone on Twitch that has an idea, always open to hear that.
Absolutely. Monkey Bones suggested for the penalty box the penalty block. All right, so we have a power jam. Ruby sent back to the box. This will be a second penalty that she has served as a jammer. And this is Cherry Berry jamming for SODAK.
And only 30 seconds left in the jam, but SODAK still putting points on the board.
Both teams at full pack strength. SODAK Attack is working to help their jammer through.
Raleigh's jammer out of the penalty box, coming to re-engage. An excellent recycle by SODAK, giving them a little bit more time.
And the jam is called on time. 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes left in this half.
4 points on the board for Raleigh on that one, 2 for SODAK.
So it looks like one of the viewers suggested perhaps they're using the official review as a timeout to review quote unquote something. That crossed my mind. It maybe, I don't know. So Red Fox up for SODAK. And we have Throat Punch Thursday getting lead jam status.
And Red Fox powering through Raleigh's wall, but calls it, no points scored. .975 Hermione Danger taking the line for SODAK attack.
All right, up next, we're going to have at 1 p.m., we'll have the female division, FOCO versus Kalamazoo, and Seattle versus Duval at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right, we do have number 29, Els Bells for Raleigh, jamming first appearance, getting lead jam status.
And a power jam is Hermione Danger for SODAK, goes to the penalty box. And that's 4 points on the board for Raleigh.
Narrowing that lead, so 4 points so far.
And now SODAK chases, sprinting a little bit. Ooh, big block on the inside, a turn 3.
SODAK recycling their Raleigh jammer, Els Bells, back.
SODAK jammer coming back in. Raleigh with the strong 3-person wall in the back calls it. 4 points on the board, 8-point jam. 8-point difference from a 20-point difference.
Now up to 45 to 53. Last 3 jams in favor of Raleigh 12-2.
Red Fox on the line for SODAK. It looks like Throat Punch.
Throat Punch Thursday has been highly successful against these SODAK blockers.
Absolutely. And Red Fox trying to power through. Raleigh with the individual blocks, but Red Fox with your lead jam.
Throat Punch Thursday. Ooh, a big fall. Whoa. SODAK attack standing up right in front of her. Red Fox now on their scoring pass. Does pick up 4 points. Throat Punch. Ooh.
Oh!
Throat Punch Thursday.
Big hit.
And a blocker tripping over Throat Punch.
Red Fox scored 2 complete for 8.
Throat Punch going to the penalty box for a forearm. Definitely took some punishment on that jam.
Red Punch.
And, oh!
Ooh, Red Fox looked like he almost made it in, dancing on the inside line using the toe stops, but does pick up a track cut. This will go the whole 2 minutes. We have 40 seconds left of this jam.
Throat Punch re-engaging on the back of turn 3. And Red Fox up and re-engaging in the pack now.
Both jammers serving short penalties. Red Fox is doing a good job of weaving back and forth, finding those holes. SODAK is just, they're recycling and is just super great, and they're drawing out those jammers, that one-on-one skill. Love to see that. Back block called on Red Fox.
And with that, so Raleigh will get a power start on this next one. 12-point jam for SODAK, 1 point for Raleigh on that one.
46-65.
Just under 2 minutes left in the half of it, what could be the last jam of the half. We did see Raleigh starting to catch up a little bit, so there's still a chance.
This game is not over yet. No pat called. Ooh, and Number
Oh.
29, Els Bells, able to get through on the inside using some wonderful footwork. Man, these skaters are so fierce, and their footwork is just so impressive.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I've enjoyed watching with roller derby is when it first started, when I first started about 10 years ago, we had very basic gear. Now we have stuff that's designed specifically for roller derby.
Yep, absolutely.
Engages in the pack, calls it.
No
points.
But does narrow that lead 50-65, so only a 15-point lead. All right, 4 skaters for Raleigh, 2 for SODAK Attack. Yeti, question mark, is that?
It looks like Yeti.
And
that's Apex Predator. First time I think I've seen her out. But gets recycled at the Apex.
Yeti able to get through, not lead jammer, but is about half a track ahead of Apex Predator.
And we're now just on the jam clock.
He tried to call the jam, forgetting, oh, I'm not lead, psych, and goes around the track again. Apex Predator picks up 3 points in this jam, and that will be the half.
All right, 54-68, 14-point difference between the two. But we did see Raleigh start to catch up, only like 8-point difference at one point.
Yeah.
So we can definitely see a change of everything come the second half. What are your thoughts, Ruby?
I wonder if this is going to be a tale of two halves, and I'm curious who's going to hold up. You know, we see SODAK has a really deep bench, a lot of skaters, a deep jammer rotation. Red Fox has been really productive on the floor. You know, I'm really excited. I don't know. I think anything can happen if they both just keep up those great walls, keep up that great defense, and
keep the jammers out of the penalty box, which we did see that reduce a great deal as the half went on. So
Raleigh really in a lot of trouble with in terms of their jammers going to the penalty box so often. I really hope that we can see it turn around and keep seeing such a great competitive physical game.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, we'll be back in about 14 minutes. I'm Tool Time.
I'm Ruby.
And we'll catch you soon.
Bye.
table. I always think they're reporting to the penalty box. Way out of play. Gets away with that block.
Yeah, some fans by Kick McKenzie.
And now illegal position, sending an orange blocker to the penalty box. And a track cut back to the penalty box, out of the box, and back in. Number 16, Tycho the Psycho. This is 6 leads in a row for Capital City.
Yeah, they are extending that lead now.
One more Grand Slam 4-point pass will tie the high score for the team. And there it is. Orange losing another blocker on a track cut.
All right.
And then a 4-point pass here will tie the highest score of the game for either team.
Tycho the Psycho pushing hard to try to get that first pass in. Oh, but is taken out and recycled by
number 12.
Slam
Orange.
Diesel and
Matt Hatter picked up a track cut, did force the jammer to the infield. Star pass now. Orange jammer 007. Mad Max. And the jam is called. Were those 4 points picked up? They were. That is a 20-point jam representing nearly 20% of the score for Capital City and breaking the century mark. They are at 104. Ties the highest jam of the game set by 007 Mad Max in jam number 1.
some fist bumps up there at the line. Nice to see. We've got Turtle and Tribal Terror. And Tribal Terror playing some defense as they wait for their blockers to return, but oh, and that is a track cut by Turtle.
So lead jam goes to Cherry Bomb.
So
Their first lead since jam number 11.
So we will see now if Cherry Bomb can get those points to bring it back up. So there's 4.
Another track cut coming in. This is on 16 on the great team, Slam Diesel.
Oh, and Tribal Terror slides right through.
Direction of play penalty. Who's leaving? That's the skater at the very back of the pack for Cherry Bomb Brawlers. Wow! Wow!
Oh, low, all the way around.
Trifecta!
Wow.
Getting under 3 bridges. I feel like a gondolier in Venice.
Open. Turtle fast back and through. Another low on the outside again.
Wow, this is some great jammer athleticism.
Fun to watch. Hope you all could see that well at home, but that was playing limbo there.
Yeah, if we could do instant replays, that would be one for the highlight reels. 16 points on the board for Cherry Bomb, just what they needed. Brings them up to 91, and more importantly, they hold Capital City scoreless. So it is now 104 to 91, a 13-point game. And official timeout. Going to stop the clock with 1 minute and 39 seconds left in regulation of the first period. A lot of stoppages of play here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of breaks for each team. But I guess, yeah, for Cap City, especially with so few players, that's probably good for them.
And they're mostly official timeouts. So each team has only taken one team timeout.
The Cherry Bomb Brawler fan club out there doing a chant. Answered back by the fans of Capital City.
I guess it's not surprising that this is the first time these two teams have played each other, one coming all the way from the the Atlantic South, and one coming from the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, that's definitely a stretch. So you'll see that a lot of times with the teams mostly playing regional, every now and then possibly going
go to a big tournament like Big O or East Coast Derby Extravaganza, some of the other major tournaments with junior action in them. Lead jam to Gray.
And that is Blitzy. So
Blitzy.
but Blitzy is being called on
Not
a
lead jam, track cut. Lead is open.
And there is a cat pass, I believe, to Global Storming. Little ways. Yep, that is Global Storming.
So, yeah, no lead jam. This will go the full 2.
I notice they're sort of stopped there. Will they jump? No.
Our first jam without a lead.
And Storming is through on, picks up 4. Blitzy, though, is standing in the penalty box.
Going to be our 4th 2-minute jam of the game, and this will take us into halftime. Illegal contact, Gray 13, Tiny on the illegal contact. Multiplayer block, Gray 22, that is No Name.
All right, so each team, so Capital City down to 2.
And Cherry Bomb Brawler is going to get a blocker back, so they're back at full strength.
Okay, so no pass, no penalty there on Storming. Oh, big hit to Blitzy by Mad Max.
Oh my
big
goodness!
Jump by Storming, but
Landing backwards.
no,
Runs into his own skater, so no penalty for contacting your own skater.
You do definitely have to be careful, though, if you do collide with one of the others.
Yeah. Hey, you don't want to hurt anybody.
You don't want to hurt anybody, and you'll get a quick penalty there.
Look at this lead change.
Wow. These games towards the end of the tournament, I tell you, blood pressure up on everybody likely.
Blitzy's got points on. Oh, let's take a look. It's going to be super close. Get those final tallies. 20 points on the board for Cherry Bomb. That matches the highest of the game, brings them up to 111. 3 points on the board for Capital City, brings them up to 107. It is a 4-point game heading into halftime.
What a way to end it.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Only 4 points separating these two teams and a lead change, our third of the half.
Hope you're enjoying it at home as much as we are. This is a fun one.
Yeah, come on back in about 12 minutes. We'll have some statistical analysis and the second half of the Capital City Derby and the Cherry Bomb Brawlers here at the 2019 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships.
Stay tuned.
Carmen gets in the last line of defense for Krispy Kremer.
Oh, Carmen gets him, destroyed Krispy Kremer, and Kremer's head
Bounces.
bounced off the track.
The back of her head, to be quite specific. Knocked her back.
Really bounced the head on that.
A little bit of a bounce. Fortunately, I think most of her body had hit the floor before her head hit the floor.
All right, and welcome back to our second half of Raleigh versus SODAK Attack. 68 SODAK to Raleigh's 54. This is the game for the 9-10 spot RDA championship. Wonderful play, great blocking. We're just super excited to see what these two teams will bring to the track. We have some great conversation on Twitch. I do want to make a call out correction. I had mentioned that it is Yeti who was the jammer for the last Raleigh lead jam. However, it was not. It was actually Shortcut, one of our aging out skaters for Raleigh. So thank you, RJR Love, for calling that out. I greatly appreciate it. Want to get these players' names correct. We got 1 minute left until halftime has concluded. Our officials are doing gear checks, making sure that we are nice and safe here and playing the best roller derby that we can, and that we're good to go. We do have some skaters aging out. As mentioned on Raleigh Shortcut, Assassinate Her, and Squishy will all be aging up this season. For Sioux Falls Junior Roller Derby, SODAK Attack, Emma C. Hammer, Adrenaline, who's also wearing the C today, Apex Predator, and Jammer Hermione Danger as well will be aging out this season. We love, love, love our junior skaters. They've done a great job, seen a lot of great teamwork here. It's wonderful to be a part of that. So again, SODAK Attack leads 68 to Raleigh's 54. The whistle is blown saying, hey, we're gonna get started here in a hot second.
All right, sorry, I got held up on a very good philosophical discussion on the penalty change.
Okay.
And we couldn't really come to a consensus. Some people wanted it for stats, but we didn't have enough information to come up with something. But in the meantime, Red Fox has your lead jam for SODAK.
Now it looks like we have Throat Punch Thursday up for Raleigh. Red Fox hit to the inside, recycled back by Raleigh blockers, finds some space on the outside, makes it through, as does Throat Punch Thursday.
Oh, with the big apex jump.
And does pick up 4 points for that.
Raleigh picking up 2.
We are back to a 20-point spread. A lot of love from both sides of the support from on Twitch for SODAK and for Raleigh. All right, we have number 3.
Animaniac. I think that's the first time I've seen them with the jammer cover on.
Agreed. Against 29 Els Bells. Picking up lead jam. Oh, that's Babe Ruthless for SODAK Attack. Els Bells calls the jam, but not before SODAK Attack can pick up 2 more points.
Red Fox taking the cover for SODAK.
Red Fox back out, but they don't need to look up. I heard the crowd. We're here for represents. Here's your favorites here.
All right, Red Fox finding love on the outside. 0-5 shortcut is out, but not lead. Red Fox calls the jam.
An excellent jam, though. Red Fox deciding not to chase the rabbit, as it were.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, both teams off to the jammer line at full strength.
Ruby up for Raleigh. SODAK attack. It looks like Mona Lisa. Or, sorry, I apologize. Mono Loco. It just rolled off my tongue. It's not my fault.
And again, SODAK getting the lead jam, although Raleigh is ahead. Big apex jump gets blocked on the inside by number 12, Emma C. Hammer.
Using some great jammer smarts, Ruby does get recycled back, playing it safe, which makes sense. 2 apiece for this jam.
Red Fox out there again, going up against Shortcut for Raleigh.
This is Red Fox's 3rd jam this half. I believe he jammed about 7 times last half. So we'll see what they're going to do, if they're tightening up their jammer rotation. We will see. Raleigh is doing some great line-to-line coverage. Oh, I don't believe that is Red Fox. That is another kiddo.
Ah.
This is 77.
Interrogator.
Interrogator. And again, shortcut.
Puts 4 on the board for that pass. SODAK through the initial.
Shortcut drawing to the outside to pick up points, gets 3 in the process before calling it off. So 7 total, 68-80.
And throw punch Thursday, taking the line for Raleigh. I like how they back up almost between turns 3 and 4, because a lot of jammers, they need that momentum to start getting some fancy footwork going. And we've definitely seen that out of throat punch.
Yeah, I think it really just depends on jammer style, you know.
Agreed.
Mono Loco out for lead jam status. Throw punch Thursday, close behind. About a half a track away. Mono Loco with an apex jump, picking up 4 points before calling it off.
That was smooth.
68. That was really nice. Neat jump there. Good job, Mono Loco.
Red Fox taking the line for SODAK.
And Ruby for Raleigh. It is a 4-2 pack advantage for SODAK. SODAK providing some offense. Ruby beating that 2 wall on the outside. Red Fox now through on the initial, half a track away from Ruby, who is going to side surf and does fall into a blocker and gets a low block, so that will be a power jam for Red Fox.
And we'll be going the whole 2 minutes for this one.
Raleigh doing a great job of recycling Red Fox back. His blockers are like, hey, we are going to help you through this. Trust in me. Follow me if you want to live. Red Fox still working. He has got some incredible footwork skills, and I've been really pleased with watching him on his toe stops, utilizing his blockers, playing a little more safe, I think, this week, this half.
Yeah. Not nearly as aggressive as he was in the first half.
But not in a bad way. I think it's just a different way.
Yeah, I think they're wanting to keep him for the entirety. I didn't get penalties on the half, but it could just be a way to keep their jammer rotation the way it is, because it's working for him so far.
Ruby able to get through on the inside line, and for the initial does pick up some more points. Red Fox calling it off, thinking he is lead jam, but nope, 2-minute jam, bro. Got 28 seconds left for this jam.
Oh, with the fancy spin.
Ooh, Ruby
stays in place.
Nice. That was beautiful. No pack called.
And you got to appreciate the awareness that jammers when that happens, because it could just be something minute and it can get you a track cut.
Ruby, it looks like, is finding her stride, gets through again for another 4 points. Ruby puts down, despite having a penalty in the middle of that jam, still put up 16 big points.
Excellent. Looks like Throw Punch Thursdays out there again for Raleigh.
Raleigh is saying, hey, I am not done. I am here. I am ready to play. Timeout called by SODAK.
Yeah, I appreciate the amount of fight that we've seen in all the teams. Even when there's a greater point spread than what we currently have, they still put in a lot of effort, and that kind of mental resolve will serve them even off the track and on.
Absolutely. I think on game 3, okay, so I think this team has played 4 games, if I'm not mistaken, because they had to play 2 on Friday. They have played some very tough teams, and that mental game, man, it is so important at this point. Their body's tired, physically they're exhausted, mentally they gotta stick it out, really hold on. We got this thinner air here in this Levelland area, and these skaters need to keep it together on the bench, utilize their good teamwork and positivity, and reframing that negative mindset if they have it, and getting pumped up.
Yeah, it's a great support structure with a lot of leagues. Like, one has a bad jam, like we saw one yesterday where the jammer just kept going to the penalty box.
Yeah.
And you saw nothing but support from the coaches and the team, just like, okay, that's this jam. Like, we got 20 or 30 more to go. So.
Yeah. Each jam you can face it as a 0-0, 0-0. It doesn't matter what the score is. This jam is 0-0, and I'm going to play like it is 0-0. And
absolutely.
That's a way to reframe, hey, I'm kind of feeling sad, but you got this. All right, so up for SODAK Attack is number 1-2, MSC Hammer, one of the aging out skaters for SODAK Attack. The pack is front right now. Ooh, Throw Punch Thursday, big fall. And SODAK Attack does get lead jammer.
Raleigh threw the initial pass. SODAK forming up in the back, and here comes the sweep. Raleigh doing a great job breaking up to reform.
Ooh, Throw Punch Thursday through on the inside, picks up 4 in front of MSC Hammer.
And that's impressive, even though she had the lead and was ahead, only 2 points for SODAK on that one.
Yep. So they have shortened that 20-point spread now to a 10-point spread, 20 minutes left in the half. Raleigh is still in this game.
Absolutely. And both teams are starting off at full strength on this one. It looks like shortcuts on the line for Raleigh. No, that may be Yeti.
It sounds like it's Yeti. I'm hearing Yeti from the crowd, and it is Yeti, 1-1-2.
It's always good when you're not sure which player it is. The crowd will always let you know who's up there.
Yep. All right, Mono Loco for SODAK Attack picks up lead jam. Yeti gets through the pack, less than a quarter of a track away from Mono Loco. Scoots through on the outside.
2 points on the board.
Yep. All right.
Shortcut taking the line for Raleigh on this one. Going up against Red Fox. Red Fox giving his blockers some instruction to take the pivot line.
I usually like my skaters, if they are down, and skaters to, let's take the front so we don't get swallowed up by opposing blockers. I think that's what he was trying to help his skaters do. It looks like shortcut is through on the inside on the initial. Red Fox also through, picks up 4 points.
Holding off on calling it. Gets the sign from the coaches to let it ride.
He skates around one blue blocker, gets a little bit of static up in the front, and picks up 4 more points for a total of 8 and 4 for Raleigh on this jam. Still a close game.
Absolutely. And throw punch Thursday. Taking the jam recover.
All right. Some recycling done by the Raleigh blockers.
And SODAK in the sad place for a moment. Powers through, gets the lead jam.
Adrenaline, the captain and aging out skater for SODAK Attack. Looks like Throw Punch Thursday is still trying to get through on against that Raleigh defense. Excuse me, SODAK Attack defense. Getting all confused.
Well, we've had a
SODAK,
long weekend too, so.
It's true. Adrenaline is now on a scoring pass, hit to the outside by Raleigh. Tried to recycle back. There's some bridging. No pack called. Throw Punch Thursday is still caught up in the back of the pack. Hit hard to the shoulder. Ball's down, is still down.
Getting back up on her own steam, but let's take a moment to appreciate, like, she has taken some pretty heavy hits in this game, and you could just see that it's starting to take its toll, but still has the mental drive to keep it going.
Absolutely. The skater is asked multiple times by the officials if she's okay. She keeps getting up.
Both jammers starting back from a recycle on turn 2. A track cut called. That's going against a Raleigh blocker.
Throw Punch Thursday is stuck in a SODAK wall. Ball's down. The jam is called after it's a 19-point jam for SODAK Attack.
Went the whole 2 minutes, and it looks like Throw Punch is down. Something that we've commented on this weekend is not only with the physical aspect of everything, but also as you just mentioned, the thin air high up here in Loveland, Colorado. A number of teams have done exercises and used like breathers to limit their oxygen supply so they can get used to working at high altitudes, but it is definitely makes the game a lot harder for
really does.
A number of skaters.
And I think when you first get here, it's not as bad, but now we're 3 days into this tournament, and I really think our skaters here are feeling the full effects. Then they're playing these physical, really aggressive, high-power games, and it's hard. And we have some great medics, great officials who are mindful of these kiddos and where they're at, really trying to provide the best care for these skaters.
Absolutely, and it looks like she's getting up.
Skates are off and will be walked over to the medic booth.
One of the things I noticed last year with the 2017 champs here is there were oxygen tanks behind almost every bench for every game because some of the skaters just needed that extra hit to keep it going, to keep their bodies where they needed to be.
Yeah.
I last time I was here, I did do I rocked the steps at Red Rock Amphitheater, yes.
That's awesome.
I was just going up and going down, and you could feel you could feel it when with the physical activity, and that was only just one physical exercise. That's not doing all the stuff that they're doing here with not only the pushing with the skates, but all the fancy moves and the blocking, and then having to do it day
Sure.
after day after day.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
but it looks like we're ready to get started again. Looks like Red Fox taking the line for SODAK. Raleigh down 2 blockers at the start of this jam.
One of the things I absolutely love is when jammers either shake hands, give a high five, fist pump, when they're both on the line. It's like, hey, we're in this together. Let's do this. Let's rock this. We got this.
Absolutely. Like, they're competitive, but they're not aggressively so. And a cut track called on shortcut, making this a power jam for SODAK. And, oh, Sir Walter Rowley recycling Red Fox just off of turn 2.
Sir Walter Rowley has done some really great offensive and defensive work. I've been really impressed with his skill level and recycling back, being really strategic on the floor.
Absolutely. And going back to what you said about the jammers shaking hands, the sportsmanship for skaters the size of Red Fox and Sir Walter Rowley, they do have a lot of size on a number of the skaters that are here, but they have that restraint.
Yes, absolutely. So we just had an incredible apex jump by Shortcut. He's drawn to the out, cuts to the in, and gets through the pack. Really impressive skill work.
That was impressive, yeah.
Red Fox picks up 8 points for SODAK, 135-92. We see SODAK pulling away from Raleigh.
Well, 14 and a half minutes left in the game. We could see Raleigh rally back up.
Absolutely we can.
Sir Walter Rowley staying out there as a blocker. Catching SODAK attacks jammer in the sad place.
In that sad place.
The sad place.
Wah, wah. All right, number 72. It looks like Killer Bee. This is her first appearance as a jammer.
And gets the lead right off the bat. SODAK's jammer trailing behind.
Working on picking up some points is Killer Bee. On the inside, she calls it after getting a hot 4. Brings her to 96 points to SODAK's 135.
Shortcut taking the line for Raleigh again this time. And Sir Walter Rowley out there again for Raleigh.
4-3 pack advantage for Raleigh. This is Raleigh's first appearance at 2019 champs. Shortcut getting through on the inside line for a quick lead jam.
Hermione Danger getting stuck and recycled. Excellent blocking by SODAK as Shortcut powers through. 4 more points on the board. 35-point difference.
Hermione Danger down to 1 blocker, 1 Raleigh blocker. Number 222.
Assassinator, the team captain, one of the aging out skaters.
Doing a great job, and now the jammer has been recycled all the way to the back of the pack. Shortcut is making his way through another scoring pass, a much needed scoring pass for Raleigh. 8 on the board so far.
Still 1 minute left on the jam clock, 8-point spread.
So Raleigh is doing a really great job. And if you notice there, they were blocking the pivot for the star pass. So the pivot, as soon as they got it, was stuck back in the pack. Sir Walter Raleigh runs that pivot back. Ooh, interesting choice by Raleigh to call that off. I don't know that I would have done that, but
yeah,
I don't know their team strategy.
Strategically bold is
a good way to say it.
But at the same time, they may just want to keep their jammers from getting too winded, but
True, yeah.
Raleigh on a 20-point two-jam rally.
Kill Her Bee going against Hot Tamale on this one, and Kill Her Bee with your lead jam for Raleigh.
Hot Tamale hit to the inside and recycled back. Raleigh is doing a really great job of keeping these together. A SODAK blocker will go to the pack for not reforming the pack. Pack definition is really important, and I've seen this a lot with the junior games. They are not running forward in the way that they need to reform the pack. They're waiting for the front wall to run back, which is not, everyone needs to come together, and it is the responsibility of the back of the pack to reform and run forward.
Absolutely.
Front of the pack slows down. That's what you got to do. Show that you are making an effort to reform pack. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just excited that Sir Walter Rowley is taking the line for Raleigh on this one, going up against Red Fox. Official timeout being called.
Sir Walter Raleigh, number 145. He is being the PBJ, or Pivot Jammer Blocker. I love that term. The PBJ. Utility tool to workouts everywhere. All right, so it's a 4-1 pack advantage. Raleigh.
Oh!
Sir Walter Raleigh, lead jam right off the bat. Beautiful, beautiful strategy by Raleigh, trying to say, hey, we're actually going to swarm you. One blocker. Sir Walter Raleigh through again. 4 points.
And a track cut called on Red Fox, making this a power start for Raleigh in the next one. SODAK down 2 blockers, 1 standing. So, and Walter Raleigh going right back out.
So we have a power start for Raleigh. And number 29 for Raleigh, Els Bells, gets through for lead jam. Raleigh is definitely rallying. Els Bells swinging around. Ooh, hit to the inside. Big hit by Mono Loco.
Jammer standing for SODAK. SODAK's doing excellent one-on-one blocking.
But not before Els Bells is able to get through. Red Fox is now in.
Calls it, puts 4 points on the board, and calls it just as Red Fox was engaging for the initial pass. Now an 11-point game with only 8.5 minutes left. What a rally Raleigh is having, and it was started by Walter Rowley.
Yeah,
that's a tongue turner.
We have Shortcut on the inside line, picking up lead jam. Number 21 for SODAK, Jewel Blackheart, jamming for the SODAK attack. Shortcut pushing their way through. A forearm penalty will be called on SODAK blocker number 3, Babe Ruthless. SODAK attack still stuck on the initial pass, recycled back. Raleigh skaters all around swarming. Ooh, Jules Blackheart. But, ooh, a little bit of a fall there.
Pile up on turn 2, yeah.
Yeah, everyone falling small, though, making sure, is everyone done? Everyone done falling around me? Ooh,
oh.
That skater really hit hard.
Yeah.
Thumbs up saying, hey, I am okay.
I think that was squishy.
And we officially have a lead change. It's 136, 135. SODAK attack running this. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jams, Raleigh has gotten lead jam status.
Absolutely. That halftime has really done something. It kind of stayed the way it was, but the rally, that the momentum that Raleigh is getting right now has definitely paid off now that it's a 1-point game in Raleigh's favor.
Absolutely.
And this is the first time since the beginning of the first half that we've had Raleigh in the lead, if I remember correctly.
It is, absolutely. And we have a team timeout from SODAK Attack.
And the skaters giving waving hearts to those watching on Twitch.
You also got a shout out from Vince Hannity, Tool Time Roller Derby fans. That's what it said.
What?
I don't know. You got this. Maybe not
Yeah.
you. Maybe Tool Time is something else. I don't know.
Well, I am Tool Time, but
Yeah.
I guess I have a fan. I have a fan now. Oh my God.
Do you feel super special about that? I
If
feel
it
super special for you.
I feel special. I don't feel super special since it is still Vince, and you know, we're kind of each other's biggest fans, so it's like we're obligated to, but it is still very much
You
appreciated.
guys brosives?
Oh yeah, our bromance is pretty powerful.
So we have 29 L's Bells against Red Fox. Number 6, L's Bells out for lead jam status for Raleigh.
What is that, 7 in a row?
Yes, it is. And Raleigh is rallying. L's Bells now going through for a scoring pass. One of her blockers going to the box. We will see what they do. Working dip, dodge, diving, and dodging. Is that the words?
Dip, dot, dive, and dodging. Let's make it a thing.
Yeah, 140 to SODAK's 135. 7 straight jams in a row. Lead jam status
And
by
7 that
Raleigh.
they've kept them at that score, too.
Absolutely. No points for the last 7 jams for SODAK.
Whew, just gotta shake it out a little bit. I mean, this is a really great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
SODAK down 2 blockers at the start of the jam.
Mono Loco. Ooh, called
And-
on a
oh.
track cut. So number 72, Killer Bee is lead jammer. 8 straight jams of lead. Raleigh is just capitalizing on SODAK. No pack called. Oh, and it looks like a back block called on Killer Bee.
So we will be going the whole 2 minutes on this one. That her going to the box will release SODAK's jammer. 5-point difference with just under 6 minutes left in the game.
I do have to say, I think the third day is my favorite day because we do have games that are so close.
Yeah, they're very evenly matched teams most of the time.
Yes,
So
yes. All right. Ooh, Killer Bee released from the box. Mono Loco is now on their scoring pass. Ooh, big falls all around. Low block called on Sir Walter Rowley. Killer Bee is working their way around the track, trying to get through, pick up points. Mono Loco stuck in a Raleigh 2-wall, gets through on the inside line, as does Killer Bee. Both skaters picking up 4 points.
and both right next to each other, so we may see some jammer engagement.
Ooh, nope, not called on a back block. It looked like it, but
Looked like
Mono
it hit a hip check, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
But it was close.
It was, for sure. Mono Loco is working on another scoring pass, pushing 2 blockers in the front of the pack. That pass strung out. Ooh, she does get through for another 4 points. And
Raleigh.
the jam is called. Both jammers picking up 4 points apiece, 8 total for both teams.
And for the first time, we're seeing both coaches at the same time calling for an official review.
So 148, 143, Raleigh over SODAK.
Holding that 5-point lead. Oh my goodness.
This game is just incredible. It has exploded.
Absolutely, and not too many visits to detention on this half.
Absolutely. It does look like perhaps Ruby has fouled out, mayhaps.
Could be. As far as what I've seen in this second half, I'm noticing that, like, in the first half, there seemed to be a lot of, like, one-on-one and, like, spread wall blocking.
Yeah.
And a good number of penalties for destruction of pack, but now it just feels like there's a lot of, like, at least 3 to 4 person walls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like Raleigh's been doing that a lot, and it definitely shows after that rally that they had. Like, how many
Absolutely.
for the 6 or 7 lead jams they got? Well, and they shut down. What was
8.
that point spread?
So it was before it was a 195 or 135 to 96. So we are looking at a 39 point spread, 39 points. So 39 unanswered points from SODAK attack. Raleigh just rallying for 8 straight jams.
And
Incredible.
yeah.
Incredible gameplay.
And off of turn 2 in the crowd section, we have a whiteboard operator with the sign saying "Have fun for SODAK attack." And SODAK singing Queen's "Don't Stop Me Now" to just kind of relieve some of the tension. That's another thing I really enjoy. The methods that they use to just kind of calm themselves down and recenter themselves.
Yeah, again, that mental game is so important, and I think that these skaters can benefit from being able to reset. Let's refocus. We still have 4 minutes left in this game. 4 minutes is, I mean, that's a lifetime. That is a lifetime.
Absolutely, and one of the games this weekend, we had both jammers going to the penalty box. So we had, I think, 4 in a row, full 2-minute jams.
Yeah.
And that can definitely wear a person down.
Absolutely. Yep.
So I noticed that your jersey says Coach Ruby. What's one of your ways of calming down the skaters, just kind of recentering them?
Yeah, so I really like deep breathing. I'm a big fan of that because deep breathing is a way to reset those automatic systems that are working in our body and signaling like, hey, I have control over this piece and I can reset and refocus, which helps skaters calm their brain, calm their body, and give them some space to relax.
Absolutely.
All right, we get those official reviews as soon as we have that information. Red Fox, lead jammer for SODAK. Shortcut for Raleigh is recycled back. Red Fox breaking that lead jam streak. Man, watching right here on the turn 1 outside footwork that Red Fox has is amazing. He will be recycled all the way back to the back of the pack. Shortcut through the pack, and now we'll start on a scoring pass.
One of the Raleigh skaters trying to recycle Red Fox back a little more, but something that I'm seeing with that recycling is they're not paying attention to the engagement zone. So they're out of play. They're looking for the cut track, and sorry about it, it's not there.
So both Raleigh and SODAK Attack called concurrent official reviews. SODAK wanted a call on Blue Jammer for illegal contact, but there wasn't enough evidence to make that call. They do not retain their official review. We don't have word yet about the second one that Raleigh called, but it does look like they retained their their official review. Meanwhile, number 72 for Raleigh, Killer Bee, yep, is Jammer for Raleigh, and Mono Loco for SODAK.
Attack. Both jammers stuck in the sad place just off of turn 1. And Raleigh almost gets it. And Raleigh, yes, gets your lead jam. SODAK ahead.
Man, Raleigh doing a fabulous job of recycling, is holding Mono Loco, has to let her go. Killer Bee has lead jam status and is trying to get through. Her bench is saying, call the jam, call the jam, and she doesn't see that. Oh, and she did.
Does she get it? Okay, no points scored on that one, but very close.
Very close.
On that one.
There's only a 1-point lead at this point.
And less than 2 minutes left. Oh my goodness. Red Fox taking the line for SODAK.
And 0-5 shortcut, one of the aging up skaters for Raleigh. And ooh!
Oh.
He gets hit in the face by, incidentally, by
Red
the
Fox. Raleigh's jammer
SODAK
being
jammer.
recycled.
Shortcut getting recycled back. We will have a lead change.
And the intensity is doubling here as 2 SODAK lockers. No, one SODAK locker goes to the penalty box. The other one looks like they got the wind knocked out of them, taking a moment. In the meantime, SODAK on an 8-point run. 45 seconds left on the period clock.
Shortcut stuck in the back of the pack against 2 SODAK blockers, is trying to make their way through, gets recycled and picks up 4 points. Meanwhile, Red Fox is being held in the back. Sir Walter Rowley doing a great job and knocking them out of bounds.
And
it looks like a track cut on.
Red Fox gets the cut track. We are going the whole 2 minutes.
And Raleigh.
No, never mind the truck.
They weave him back onto the track. Meanwhile, Shortcut has been able to get through for 8 points each. And we will see who wins. We won't call it yet. We have learned.
Okay. Unofficial final, 157 to 159, but we still have. What a jam
That was incredible. Raleigh coming into this game worried about, hey, do we belong here? This game showed, yes, we belong in the top 10 of JRDA, and they have made a beautiful appearance. Raleigh, you should be proud. SODAK, you should be proud. You guys both played beautifully, wonderfully played games. I'm getting all hyped up here, Tool Time. I can't even handle it. I love Junior Roller Derby.
No, this is too much. What a game this has been. Raleigh coming back from a 20-point deficit for most of the game to bringing it down to 2 points, and that is the final score. SODAK pulls it off with that last jam, 2
Amazing.
points.
This is beautiful derby. This is what we came to watch, is this roller derby right here. Again, these two teams should be proud of themselves. What an intense, beautiful game. Well played on both sides.
Absolutely. And that last jam, the Red Fox being called off for a track cut, being called back in. Like, this is definitely something that'll get discussed, but you can't argue that Raleigh has made it official. They do belong here.
Yes, they belong here.
JRDA champs.
Yes, they do.
And 1,000% effort.
Yes.
I got nothing else to say. The video on Twitch will say everything for us. So
absolutely.
I'm going to say I'm Tool Time.
I'm Ruby.
And we're signing out.
Bye.
This was a